ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Bandai Ultra Action Original Ultraman and Alien Baltan. And here they are, Alien Baltan and Original Ultraman. An important distinction. Can we get a type A and B, please, there, Bandai? Speaking of which, yeah, let's take a look at Ultraman first. Starting up here at the head, we have the honeycomb eyes. Love, love, love that detail, but what I love even more is the presence of the little peepholes right there. Thank you, Bandai. That's actually really cool. As for the rest of the head, we're going to get that stoic, classical Ultraman face that's kind of fishy-ish. My words, some abrasions. And then we're going to move down to the Ultraman Teres over here, and we're going to see some detail for that color separation, that very, very shiny silver and red paint job he's sporting. And we take a look at this color timer, which is going to have some metallic blue at the center and on the sides over here, and it looks really, really cool. And you flip it down there, and you see that they didn't really paint all that silver over there, but I'm not taking points off for it, I'm just pointing it out. The Ultra Titty detail over here, though. Oofa, that looks good. That's pretty much all the major detail we're going to be getting in terms of the body. I mean, when you switch them around like so. You can see that there's some detail for the color separation that obviously wasn't painted as per the Ultra Action norm. He do got the dorsal fin and some Ultra cheeks. I can appreciate a good pair of Ultra cheeks. The color separation detail for the arms is rather nice. Taking a look over here, we can see some silver paint and just how much it actually clashes with the gray plastic over here. This little detail was somewhat present in the promo shots, but it really didn't hit me until I got this thing in hand. Yeah, it's a little jarring, and his hand looks kinda faded pink-ish. Is anybody else seeing that? Am I going crazy? Did I finally bust a blood vessel in my eyeball? No. Doesn't look like it. And that's really my only nitpick with this figure. The silver paint is just so nice and shiny, but when paired with this dull gray, it's kinda slightly jarring-ish. His hand on this side too kinda has a bit of a pink tint to it. I might just be going crazy. And such things are especially felt as we move into the thighs to knees to shins to feet. Yeah. I can't say I'm really much of a fan of this. I mean, granted, this was the cheaper figure of the two that I got from Hobby Link Japan. Links in the description below. Affiliate links, they help the channel, please. Like, the detail is there. I do wish the paint was there as well. But yeah, this is just like a little looking, you know what I'm saying? Granted, it's been a while since I've talked about an Ultra Action figure, especially one that's actually an Ultra and not a giant robot. So I don't know, maybe this is me just getting back into the groove of things with this line. Just like Atlas Destroyer, you can kind of tell what's painted gold and what's been molded in gold. And you take a look at the arms, and yes, they're nice and shiny, but they're a shade lighter. Personally, that really doesn't bother me, but I just felt the need to, state it. Anyway, I think OG Ultraman over here is worthy of a solid star in terms of detail, where applicable, and yeah, a half a star in terms of paint. Where he shines, he shines. Where he doesn't, it's kinda meh. But I will say it is pretty cool that we're getting some Showa Ultra up in this line right now. We've also got Taro and Ace coming out this month. Links in the description and the comment section down below. Affiliate links help the channel. And I'm really hoping they continue that trend in between whatever the heck Bandai is producing for Ultraman at this very point in time. Would love a Jack, would love a 7. Just give me a new Ultraman Tiga. Oh, and Zafi would be pretty cool too. Just look at them titties. That alone might be the sole reason why I actually keep up with the Ultra Action line this year, just because it would be nice to have some decently articulated Showa Ultra in the collection. Moving on to Baltan.
This is fantastic!
Dear Lord in heaven, look at this demonic alien beetle thing. I don't even know what the fuck it's supposed to be. Like the paint on his V is for virginity head over here, we got the bulbous metallic eyes, some nice silver paint for his face, with some fleshy innard paint in between all of that, which is really, really nice looking. The overall detail on this head sculpt is fantastic, and as we move into the Baltan titties, I wish this was present on the figure a little bit more, because it just makes them Baltan titties pop out a little bit more without being too gratuitous. Seriously though, this would have been welcome just about everywhere, but I don't know if that's accurate or not. I mean, I don't even know if that guy's accurate or not, so get out of here. Is that accurate? Is it? I mean, who gives a fuck? So beyond all of this pent-up sexual energy, we're only going to get paint in one more place. Love this little gradient effect that they did at the very bottom of Baltan's claws over here, moving into his forearms a bit. And I love that it's present on both sides, plus this detail. And yes, both of Baltan's claws are going to be getting that on both sides, don't you know? And look at all of this deliciously disgusting detail. Just lovely, lovely stuff. And look at his Baltan skirt. My guy definitely shops at Urban Outfitters because he's lit. Do very much enjoy that detail from the skirt does continue onto the leg as a separate piece. I mean, sure, it does somewhat break the illusion, but I don't care. It looks good. In terms of detail moving further down, we're not going to get anything until we get to the ankles and shoes. These especially are going to be sporting a more fabric-looking detail, which is nice. And that's pretty much it for Baltan. I can't get over how cool this looks though. Like, damn. I'm really, really hoping for Bandai to make a shadow clone variant of this because I would pick that up so quick. And then I'd buy 3 just to have a complete set. So in terms of paint and detail, I'm going to give Baltan a solid star in terms of detail, and I am going to give him a solid star in terms of paint because it feels like everything matches. The plastic and the paint don't clash and give off a weird looking effect, and for the most part, you know, I'm not saying Ultraman wasn't accurate per se, but I feel that Baltan just turned out better in the long run. So, yeah. Just to do a quick little recap here, Ultraman got a half a star in terms of paint and a solid star in terms of detail. Baltan just got 2 solid stars. Now let's move on to articulation. Now, not much of the articulation has really changed at all with these Ultra Action figures. He can still go all the way around at the head, look up and down, but I feel like we're getting a little bit more of movement out of this head over here. I don't know, I never remember being able to look all the way down like that or up that far, or even just swivel the head effortlessly like that. So Bandai, if you've actually been doing some tinkering or I just lucked out with a better copy, thanks for that. The arms can move out about that far and then back in. We will get a full rotation at the shoulder, as well as a full rotation at the bicep over here, including a bend at the elbow. We'll get a lovely little swivel at the wrist, and the fingers can move in and they can move out, and they can do that separately to your heart's content. Yes. In terms of the legs, you can kick up pretty far, which is nice, but you can't really kick back too far. Even with the presence of some premium Ultra Cheeks, he is still marred at the kickback. We're gonna get a whimsical bend at the knee, that much is the same, and we're gonna get a ball joint at the foot and ankle over here, so you can swivel all the way around, point up, point down, and you'll have a little tiny bit of a pivot, nothing crazy. And before I forget, can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? Oh, Ultra Splits! Now let's move on to Baltan. You'll get nothing at the head, unlike Ultraman, but like Ultraman, the arms can move up about that far and then back in. You'll get a nice bend at the elbow over here, as well as a swivel at the bicep. And of course, if you don't have this on a Baltan figure, you've just done it wrong. Baltan's claws can indeed open up. What a nasty little paint scuff. And no, this isn't exclusive to one side. They both open up on both sides. Not too far, but I don't think you really need to go farther than that, you know? In terms of the legs, Baltan can kick pretty far up and not really all that much back. The Baltan skirt is a bit of a softer plastic, but I would not push it. Yet another whimsical bend at the knee over here. And then you're going to get basically the same song and dance at the feet over here, although I feel there is some limitation due to the cloth detail at the ankles. But the pivot seems to be a bit better on this guy than it is on Ultraman, believe it or not. Now let's see if Baltan can do the holy moly Baltan splits. Now let's take a look at some posability shots and we'll move right on into size comparisons, huh? Posability is limited, but to expect more from this line at this point would be rather silly. While I wouldn't mind more moving parts on these things moving into the future, what's already present on them is still good enough to get some classic and recognizable poses out of them. Honestly, this double release is a pretty damn good way for the Ultra Action line to really kick the year off, especially with Bandai assumedly more than likely either working or already finishing up all of the major merchandising for the next major Ultraman production. And I feel both of these figures are very much solid star worthy in terms of their articulation. That being said, little issues aside, these two are mighty fine additions to any Ultra collection willing to take them in. Ultraman is beaming and vibrant, and Baltan is a bit duller, sure, but it's nice to finally have an articulated Baltan without shoveling out however much the secondhand market has accursed me with. At the end of the day, for what's essentially an SH Figuarts Jr. double release, these things are superb. I really can't sing their praises enough. Just Fix his legs next time, Bandai. Come on. I have been ShinRobjira. I do so hope you enjoyed this review. I know I did. This was quite fun. A good way to spend my Monday. So since this video is coming out on a Tuesday instead of a Monday, I'm going to be releasing Concavenator on a Friday instead of a Wednesday like planned, with Geosternbergia coming out on Monday. Did I say it right that time? Yeah, just a heads up, I mispronounced that fucker's name throughout the entirety of the video, I'm sorry. Yeah, no Godzilla for 2 more videos, but don't worry, Friday's video's got a little bit of Godzilla in it, but I'm not going to reveal just what that is yet. You'll find that out on Friday morning. I'll see y'all next time. Have yourselves a lovely day, afternoon, night, life day, whatever the heck. And I'm done. I'll see you next time. I love you. Peace.